This is the weekend edition of iFiber1 News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. Stay tuned for more of this on iFiber1 News.
From the iFiber1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber1 News, your number one source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber1 News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about a cute way to raise funds for the Quincy Animal Shelter. It was a parade of pets, and reporter Jeff Chu was there.
It was a dog day afternoon in Quincy as local canine lovers paraded man's best friend to support the animal shelter. Quincy Animal Shelter manager Rachel Lewis said the shelter's third annual Ron Stadig Dog Days of August Pet Parade raises money to support dogs and cats rescued and housed at the facility. Lewis said the parade is dedicated to the late Quincy businessman and friend of the shelter, Ron Stadig.
He was a huge supporter of the shelter and of this fundraiser as it picked up momentum. He went out and got us a ton of donations and sponsored our prizes the first year.
Quincy's dog rescuers have another reason to celebrate. A new animal shelter is nearing completion in Quincy at C and 6th Avenue Northeast. The new facility is expected to be completed and ready to open sometime in October. The fundraiser includes fees for parade registration and a silent auction where businesses and residents donate items that go to the highest bidders.
This year we have 25 silent auction items. The support is incredible, and we'd like to thank everyone who helps us out.
The parade of dogs, many of them with harrowing stories of abuse and abandonment, is staged in front of the Cambridge Assisted Living Center in Quincy. Cambridge Center residents and animal shelter supporters enjoyed the parade with dressed-up doggies in all shapes and sizes. Lewis explained how the parade dogs were judged.
On their costumes, we have a panel of judges. This year, Mayor Hemberry, Chief Heimbach, and then the administrator for Wenatchee Humane Society, Don Davies, are judging for us.
The dogs were judged in several categories.
We have 6 trophies, actually. We have runner-ups for youth and adult, then best youth and adult. We have best of show, which is like an overall prize. And then we also have a float category. Sometimes people will dress up their dogs and kids and throw them in the wagon or the stroller. This year we also added a business category, so we offered the businesses if they wanted to advertise with their pet. And then also my foundation, my nonprofit, Friends of the Quincy Animal Shelter, they give a trophy to the most magnificent mutt.
That magnificent mutt trophy went to Sissy, a former Quincy Animal Shelter dog. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
Quincy has another great event coming up. Next weekend, the Farmer Consumer Awareness Day returns with a lot of fun things to do and enjoy. Reporter Jeff Chu is ready to fill us in on what we can expect.
Quincy Farmer Consumer Day is a celebration of local agriculture. This year's 33rd annual event on September 12th through 14th showcases all that is farming in the Quincy Valley. It is staged at several venues around Quincy. The event is intended to close the connect so many consumers have over where food comes from. At the event, farmers show their fruits, vegetables, and meat products, which often end up displayed at grocery stores around the U.S. Quincy Farmer Consumer Awareness Day includes fun runs, food cook-offs, entertainment, and fireworks. It also features a parade and tours of farms and food processing plants. A balloon and wine festival takes place on Saturday of the Awareness Day weekend. See the website for a schedule of events at quincyfarmerconsumer.com. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
And you can bet iFiber1 News will be there too. Now let's take a look at a couple of people the Grant County Sheriff's Office is looking for.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be right back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines across the area. Dry and warm scenario. And during the next couple of days, conditions quite beautiful. Clear and cool overnight tonight. Above average temperatures topping out over the weekend. Fabulous conditions. Hope you get to enjoy some outdoor activities throughout the weekend. Temperatures maxed out this afternoon. 84 in Ephrata, the low 53, and the sunset 7:30 this evening. And across Moses Lake, temperatures, the high 85, the low around 49, and that sunset already 7:29. Temperatures across the area right outside your door still hanging in there around 80, lower 80s. That wind out of the northeast at around 8 miles per hour under mostly clear skies. Quick look at what we can expect or what we are experiencing across the area. Dry conditions, mostly clear skies. That cloud cover just across the border of Montana into Canada, and dry weather is expected to continue overnight tonight with that high pressure system firm in control across the region. Now that system expected to flatten out, and that will give way to a weak weather system possibly by Monday into midweek to bring some more seasonal conditions, temperatures across the area. Bit of a precipitation scenario, and that could be spilling over into the inland northwest section with some cloud cover. Here's a quick look at what we can expect this Saturday afternoon with partly to mostly clear skies. These temperatures in the upper to lower 80s. Ponderay 84 with mostly clear skies, and so will be the case in the Tri-Cities area. Taking a closer look across the basin, we are definitely going to be enjoying some beautiful weather out there for this Saturday afternoon with mostly sunny skies. These temperatures expected to top out around the mid to upper 80s. Here's a quick look at the conditions for the next few days. So warm temperatures dominating through this Sunday. Now that weak weather system could possibly bring some cloud cover to our immediate area, but notice the temperatures heading back to the lower 80s, upper 70s as we head into mid to the latter part of the work week with mostly sunny skies. Fortunately, no major weather storm systems in the forecast. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how did you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. With the local book telephone directory, it's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. Our next story is about the gridiron. The Warden Cougars are set and ready for their new football season. Bob Kirkpatrick will fill us in on how the team expects to do this year.
The Cougars have dropped down a classification this year and will be butting heads with opponents in the 2B Central Washington Conference. The team is looking for a bounce-back season after going 2-8 in the 1A SCAC East Division in 2013. Dropping down a classification may or may not make things easier for Warden, but it should put the team on a closer plane with the competition, as the talent pool in the 2B level isn't as deep as the pool at the 1A level. Make no mistake, though, the Cougars will have their hands full when they travel to Tiger territory to kick off the season against Tonasket. Key players lost to graduation are Nathan Cole, who was the Cougars' starting running back, but ended up playing at the QB position, and wide receiver Luciano Reyes. The key cog in the Warden shotgun spread offensive wheel this year is running back Orlando Alba. Coach Eric Scone said he's one of the quickest and best kids he's coached in open space, who has the ability to make something out of nothing.
Warden will celebrate when their teams win, and from the look of it, they started last weekend. Reporter Joe Utter was on hand to see what Warden Community Days was all about.
It was an early morning for members of the Queen of All Saints Church and other vendors, preparing for hundreds of people to gather at Volunteer Park on Labor Day for the annual Warden Community Days. The event kicked off Monday morning with a parade down Main Street that featured colorful floats, the return of traditional Mexican dancing, as well as classic cars and music from the Warden High School Band. The parade was a big hit as families lined the streets and kids awaited candy to fly their direction. The Warden Police Department and Grant County Fire District 4 also joined in the parade. Event organizer Kendra Mayberry said planning the event has become a family affair.
I've done it for the last 5 years. This year is all by myself, but usually it's my mom.
The summer celebration, sponsored by the Warden Development Council, brings visitors from across the county to the small community.
There's all over Ritzville, Royal.
After the half-hour-long parade, the crowd packed Volunteer Park for some family entertainment. Kids lined up for free stories and balloon animals at the Story Barn and sat down to have their face painted by some of the high school students. The high school band again provided music at the park. As many people gathered to enjoy the food and entertainment, off to the side was a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, as well as volleyball and horseshoe competitions. Mayberry said the event continues to grow each year with more vendors and more entertainment, but preparation has gone smoothly.
Getting a little easier every year.
I'm Joe Utter, reporting for iFiber One News.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow. What's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients,
better pizza.
And a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Cleary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Our next story is about how and why Grant County renamed a horse arena at the fairgrounds. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
All three Grant County commissioners honored Moses Lake's Gene Harwood Wednesday after Harwood gave the Grant County Fairgrounds a $50,000 donation. Harwood's daughter Debbie and her husband Al Roble joined Harwood at a small ceremony in front of the Fairgrounds Pavilion that now bears his name as a sponsor. Grant County Commissioner Carol Ann Schwartz gave Harwood a special Fairgrounds ribbon thanking him for the donation. Schwartz was joined by fellow commissioners Cindy Carter and Richard Stevens. Harwood, who is about to turn 97 years old, said he was happy to make the donation to the fairgrounds. He said his children and grandchildren have participated in 4-H Grant County Fair animal events for many years.
This building, pavilion, has been sitting here for 4 or 5 years without a name on it. That's probably prompted me more than anything to make a donation to see my name up there. I'm overwhelmed by it. It's beautiful.
How long has Harwood and his family supported the fairgrounds?
Ever since 1950.
County Fairgrounds manager Jerry Gingrich said the donation started when Schwartz got a hold of him.
Phone call from Carolyn Schwartz, the county commissioner, and explained to me that we had a citizen interested in sponsoring one of our buildings, and she put him in contact with me. And one day, Gene Harwood walked into my office and said he'd like to sponsor the pavilion that doesn't have a name. Evidently, years ago when we built the pavilion in 2008, I believe it was, he at that time showed an interest in, similar to the Ardell Pavilion, was sponsoring it, but at that time he didn't have the cash assets. He had a lot of bonds and things like that. And now he's established a trust fund, and he wanted to have this as his legacy to his wife, his family, and to himself.
Gingrich explained how the $50,000 donation would be used.
We're actually going to use it to upgrade this to what we can to that extent. It's actually still in really good shape, and we appreciate his donation. We're going to look at other things that need improvement in the similar area. One of them is the restroom immediately behind here that's used by the people that rent this pavilion, and upgrading that or actually even replacing it. But we do get a lot of horses, horse groups in here. Cutting Horse prefers this pavilion. A lot of the 4-H groups prefer this pavilion. We asked him explicitly, you know, what would you like that money used for? And he said it's entirely up to us.
Gingrich said the Harwood Pavilion has long been nameless, sitting next to the larger Ardell Pavilion.
You know, everybody refers to the Ardell as the Ardell Pavilion, and this was always just Pavilion 2. Well, now it's the Harwood Pavilion.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Our next story is about how some people have different reactions to crime. For one woman, she felt bad for the young man that robbed her.
I was mostly angry because they scared me and made me feel unsafe.
Carolyn isn't worried about her stolen Samsung Nook tablet. She's worried about you.
I just think that if they'll target me, they'll target anyone.
She and her husband are living with cerebral palsy. They visit Northgate Mall often, where she works on Christian book reviews and huddles with him to talk.
He's kind and thoughtful and funny.
They were enjoying a Friday afternoon together when the two guys you see here on surveillance video started watching them. Carolyn took notice.
I didn't want to engage them because they were kind of scary looking.
She was right. You can see the suspect in the red t-shirt lingering across from them. He's quickly joined by another guy in a black coat with a hoodie, long gray pants, and a ball cap. They talk for a few minutes, and then the guy in black walks off screen. Seconds later, red t-shirt strikes, ripping her tablet right out of her hands. Here it is again in slow motion. Why did they pick the wrong person to go after?
Because I'm not going to lay down and take it. I'm going to fight back the best I can.
when somebody targets somebody like you, despite your beautiful heart, it makes us all angry because you can't chase after them.
If they stole from me, they've got bigger problems than I do.
Carolyn has forgiven the two young men. You really feel sorry for these people. You feel like they have it worse off if they're willing to stoop to doing something like this.
Yes, I do.
She had all of her work backed up, and her husband bought her a new tablet. She's telling her story, though, because she's worried these thieves won't stop, and their next victim might be you. We are going to do everything we can to get these guys caught and make them face justice.
Please do. I'd feel much safer if they were caught.
It's not often we report on the death of a celebrity, but Joan Rivers was a pioneer for women doing stand-up comedy. With the help of CNN, we take a quick look at her career and passing.
I hate, the bodies.
It's that funny, no-filter comedy that fans say they will miss most about Joan Rivers.
She was here to make people laugh, and she knew that, and she fought to do that.
So strong, she bounced back stronger every time from whatever life dealt her, and she was just an amazing woman.
Joan Rivers' daughter, Melissa, released a statement saying her mother passed peacefully at 1:17 p.m., surrounded by family and close friends.
Returning to her mother's Manhattan apartment, she looked down as she passed the media.
Rivers' death comes a week after she stopped breathing at a New York clinic. The comedian was undergoing a minor elective procedure when she suffered cardiac and respiratory arrest. She was rushed to the nearby Mount Sinai Hospital, where she never regained consciousness. In Melissa Rivers' statement, she said her, quote, mother's greatest joy in life was to make people laugh.
In California, fans came out to pay their respects at her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the famous comedy club Laugh Factory changed their marquee in her memory. Close friend and TV host Larry King says Rivers was a wonderful lady who knew no boundaries, simply one of a kind.
She was never afraid to go anywhere. She took no prisoners. You could never be personally offended because she cut a swath through everyone.
Earlier this week, we reported on the unusual diet of a Great Dane. It appears he wasn't alone.
You never know where their nose has been, what they're guilty of eating, until you see the x-ray and learn what hooked them. From Marley the pooch who grabbed a shish kebab skewer loaded with meat, to Yoda the chihuahua who somehow swallowed 9 sewing needles, we present the winners of the 2014 x-ray contest organized by Veterinary Practice News. Maybe you've already seen the Great Dane that gulped down 43.5 socks. The vet had to slice open his stomach.
Removing sock after sock of all different shapes, colors, and sizes.
Try finding a matching pair. Maybe this goes with this. Or is it this? For some reason, first prize went to a frog who had the munchies and ate 30 ornamental stones in his cage. Then there was the light bulb Cody the golden retriever swallowed and managed to pass intact. It could have been worse. I'd like to see Cody pass this intact. Talk about swallowing alien objects. Mitchell the cat actually ingested a toy alien. Its outstretched arms made it impossible to pull out, so they had to operate. All of the pets you see here recovered from their meals. Take Stella the pug. She downed 104 pennies and a quarter, $1.29. It's okay, Doc. You can keep the change. Norris the rat terrier won honorable mention thanks to this nondescript metal clip the x-ray revealed. Attached to it was his owner's bra. Norris's cup runneth over no longer. He's been banned from the laundry room. Even a lizard received honorable mention for swallowing a tiny banana from Barbie's dream house where he occasionally lounges. Then there's Wolf, observed by his owner wolfing down a rubber ducky straight out of the tub. Turns out there was a flock of 5 in there that the vet had to remove.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun.
Or if not fun, at least filling.
Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
Ginny Mo, CNN, New York.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFiber One News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.